With the 4960 done, we are moving on to our next project, which is this 4020. Basic things with this, just maintenance, mainly changing filters. Got the oil draining right now. We are going to pull the hood, and there are some washers on this pump here that are leaking on one of the injector lines. Some of these brass washers there. But on the other side here, the hydraulic block up underneath the hood is leaking. It's been running down here quite bad. I just noticed this pulling it in the shop, so we're going to pull the hood and try and investigate that leak as well. I don't know why that filter came off that hard. It really got cinched down on there last time. I don't remember who put them on, but could have been me, I guess. That's pretty bad. Oh, you know what? I gotta take this back off and go fill it with fuel. I don't think the primer works on this tractor if I remember right, so we gotta fill the bottom filter with fuel and it'll then pump itself up. Be right back. This is the oil filter right here. It has to be, this plate is orientated a certain way. It says top right there, so we're going to take this off, and it takes a cartridge filter, and I'll show you what that looks like in a second, instead of a full-on screw-on filter. This is a cartridge filter, so it goes inside of a housing instead of being a housing itself around it. I don't know why they did these, but it's just the way they are. So we have our plate that only goes on one way, and we stick it on the plate. The O-ring still looks good, so we're just going to get it wet with a little oil and then stick it back on. Got a little spring in the back, so you gotta hold it while you put the nuts and washers back on. And then when you tighten down, you're gonna tighten each one evenly all the way down. So we do that one a few, and then come over here and do this one. And so on and so forth. The hydraulic filter is very similar. It's this one right here. It's more of a big cylinder that comes off the side, but it is also a cartridge filter. It just takes a 3/4 inch wrench and we'll rotate it out, put the new one in, and then rotate it back in. At the end of this process, you should have 4 filters left, 2 fuel filters, 1 hydraulic filter, 1 oil filter. If you have less than that, you probably missed one. If you have more than that, I don't know what to tell you. That's a problem I've never dealt with before. Let me tell you, the #1 way to save money doing an oil change is don't forget to put your drain plug back in. It saves a lot of time and a lot of money's worth of oil. Also, this is the air filter on this. It has an oil bath filter. So the way these work is it sucks air down through this intake pipe, and it comes down and then makes a sharp turn and goes right back up. And the idea is the particles are going to go down, and the air is going to go around faster than the particles can. The particles will land in the oil and then not get sucked into the engine. And I have no idea how well that actually worked, but that's just how it is. So we change the oil in it maybe once every 2 years. I don't know if we do it every year, but it's just your regular engine oil in there, and then we put it back on and call it good. Make sure there's nothing bad stuck in the screen like a wasp and a stink bug. Get those out, put it back in, and you're good to go for another year. That's our personal preference of oil, Shell Rotella T4 1540. I put 3 gallons of oil in, and it got it just over the full mark, so we're gonna run it now, check for the leaks that I was talking about earlier, and then we'll check the oil again once that's done and top it off if need be, and then also fix the leaks. So we're looking at these banjo fittings on this injector pump. Here is where the hydraulic leak could be, something on here. We cleaned it all up. It was completely covered in gunk, so it wasn't even able to be identified right away. So we're gonna check it out. These are your, each one of these I believe is your SCV control. You got your linkages going to your levers back here, and they each control your remotes in the back. So one of them has been leaking. So from what I saw, it's this banjo fitting here, along with the one on the back side directly across from it. And then it's this top line right here. So I don't know if that's the supply for both of them or what, but that one is leaking. Hopefully it's an O-ring, or else I'll have to order this 90-degree fitting, and that'll take probably a couple days to get in, which I would rather not have to wait for. But as far as these go, we can get these done. I have 3 washers. From what I can tell, only 2 fittings leaking. So we'll take care of these. I'm not gonna say real quick because I haven't dealt with banjo fittings much in the past, so this could take a second. So the first one that I'm dealing with, the one on the outer side of the pump, this one for sure seemed to have the inside washer leaking, so I'm going to replace that one. Since I only have 3, I didn't think about this before, I can only do, I can't do both washers on each line. Each line has 2 washers. So we'll see what I get to here shortly. It may still end up leaking when I'm done with this. The washer has like a little bit of a inconsistency to it. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's the barn making noises. The wind, we have like 50-mile-an-hour winds today. We're gonna leave the outside washer on and just put the inside washer back. Just put the new one on the inside and see what that does. There we go. And now we're moving to the back one, which is a little bit more interesting. So I put 2 new washers on this line back here, and then 1 new one on this one. So if they're still leaking, or if those weren't the ones that were leaking and I just saw it, I will have to order more of those little brass washers, and then we'll get some more replaced in the future. But now, taking this off, see if there's a O-ring in there that needs replacing. I just got done buttoning everything up. The air intake has to be put back on yet, but from what I can tell, nothing is leaking now, which is very good. Very good. That means I don't have to do my job twice. So I would call this job complete. We are going to move on to the next thing, which is going to be another video. So guys, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.